Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, something has been awoken. Something dark and sinister, and it wants to kill. Tonight's movie, The Dead Are Alive.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Worst apocalypse ever. Yes, episode 22. That's right, we are counting down the final 10 episodes until the end of this year's Fright Fest. And coming off of last night's somewhat disappointing Cult of Chucky, I thought, you know what, maybe it's time to blitz a well-known and, dare I say, reliable genre. Well, actually two genres, and that would be Giallo and slasher. Yes, I mean, you know, they are quite related with the stabby and the unknown assailant. Yeah, so tonight, we will start off with a Giallo called The Dead Are Alive, or else known as The Etruscan Kills Again. So, what is this movie about? Well, an archaeologist has uncovered a new Etruscan burial ground, and inside are a motif of paintings showing the vengeful Etruscan god beating a helpless couple who are only just making sweet, sweet love. But unfortunately, this is a foreshadowing of events to come, as you see somebody or something is killing young lovers and putting red shoes on them and arranging their bodies next to each other like the ritualistic burial practices of the Etruscans. And so, of course, who could it be? Could it be that they have awakened some evil entity? Or perhaps the Etruscans themselves aren't quite as dead? Or perhaps maybe it's somebody else taking advantage of the situation for their own dire means. Well, anyways, we follow the main archaeologist who is not only studying these burial grounds, but he's also trying to win back the love of his ex-girl, who is now with a famous Italian composer who left his wife because she was canoodling with some stagehands, I believe. And of course, we also have the choreographer for the new, I guess, opera that the conductor is working on. He's a suspect because, well, he's in control of the wardrobe, and it just so happens that those red shoes that are being placed upon the victims came from the wardrobe. So, of course, we have lots of suspects for the main detective to try to figure out, but, of course, the archaeologist is like not having any of this. I am not a suspect. In fact, I am going to find out who the killer is, not only because, you know, justice, but also to clear my name, plus to also make sure that it actually isn't me, because apparently I've been known to black out and forget things because of my drunkenness. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get to those scores, shall we? Oh, by the way, I should also mention that whenever the victims are found, a certain orchestratic song continues to play, the same one. I think it's a Requiem. Anyways, so yeah, whenever you hear that music, you know some death has been going down, right? Okay, so back to those scores, shall we? Violence and Gore, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. It is kind of tame. A lot of death and death blows and stuff kind of happen out off of the camera, outside of the frame. However, we do have some a nice brutal killing at the beginning, and honestly, that's probably like the highest violent act in this movie is right there at the beginning. It is kind of brutal and pretty bloody, but yeah, there are a few things here and there afterwards. But yeah, definitely not like splatterific, if you know what I mean. So 2.5 out of 5. Shock value, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. There are some pretty good jump scares, especially that before mentioned music. When that just pops, you know, you kind of like, oh my god, yeah, oh no, shit, it's going down now. Anyway, so 2 out of 5. Plot, this is actually a surprising thing for a Giallo. It's a 3 out of 5. The killer and the motivations actually make sense and isn't all the way out of left field or even out of the ballpark. So yeah, it actually understood it and went, okay, you know what? That's great. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 3 out of 5. Sure, there are a few silly things with the plot, and they've got this convoluted interpersonal relationship drama between the archaeologist and his love, and she with the composer, well, not composer, but the orchestra, whatever, the maestro, they call him, he's called the maestro anyways. And of course you have like this weird thing with his assistant, and of course his wife, his estranged wife. And so yeah, the movie does get bogged down a little bit in those intertwining moments. So yeah, I mean, not super strong on the plot, but strong enough for the 3 out of 5. Moving on to acting, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. I like the inspector. I enjoyed his performance. Everybody else was, well, I mean, I guess the maestro too. But everyone else was kind of hammy, and the victims were kind of like a little bit too much. So yeah, it's just kind of Giallo-ish. A little less than standard though. 2 out of 5. Nudity, I'm going to give this a 1.5 out of 5, and it's basically because there's just this one scene where this guy's girlfriend is naked in bed, and he goes off to do something. She hears a strange noise, says, oh, is that you? And of course, she's like, well, you know what? I better put something on. And put something on means just have something to kind of cover the shoulders and whatnot. I mean, like, you know, the breasts popping out basically the whole time. That's fine. It's fine. It's sort of covered, you know. I mean, you're not wearing any underwear and you're just flapping around. The dress is flapping around, or the gown. Anyways, so yeah, it's kind of an elongated scene, and she is quite nice. So yeah, 1.5 out of 5. Moving on to enjoyment factor, I am going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. This movie hits a lot of the standard Giallo notes, and I just like it for that. The look of the film, the camera angles, the close-ups, and of course, the wonderful set pieces that are created, just always have this great look that really sets it apart and kind of creates a somewhat fairy tale-ish, or I don't know, it gets somewhat alien to me type of setting. You know, I don't live in Italy, so anyways, so 3 out of 5, but my overall impression is a 3.5 out of 5. Yes, I don't have as much enjoyment as my overall impression, probably because of the interpersonal web thing kind of bogs down the momentum of the film. However, overall, I think it is a smart, well-executed Giallo that I think fans of the genre will appreciate and like, and I think a very solid film. 3.5 out of 5. That averages out to a 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, if they would have done a little more with that violence and perhaps, you know, showed some of the other actresses, you know, could have gotten that average up, but still pretty dang solid considering what we were working with. So, anyways, there you have it. The dead are alive, or the Etruscan kills again. And yeah, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Rate, comment, subscribe. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you even seen it? I don't know. Anyways, and that is all for now with the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Thank you again for watching. And remember to stay scary, internet. And also, you know, if you leave a guy and then you're dating a married man, and then you have a confidence in your relationship enough to try to get him to help you heal your broken relationship with your ex. I mean, that's pretty ballsy. I mean, that's a faith. I mean, of course, he's not gonna help, but just you even like proposing that, just you have like some sort of will on you, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, also, don't get blackout drunk, because, yeah, you could end up being a prime suspect in multiple murders, and you might not even be sure that you didn't do it. Yeah, okay.